Good morning. My name is Bruce Walter with Unilock Chicago. This morning I'm at a restaurant application of Bel Paso. Bel Paso was chosen by the contractor and the owner because of its inability to stain. However, what that does is through frequency of maintenance, it exposes the weak point on a Bel Paso installation, which is instability on joint sand stabilization. You can see here where they frequently pressure washed. We've got joint sand that has been exposed and torn out and failed. They reluctantly pulled away from the maintenance issue, and you can see the staining that we have going on in this area that I'm standing over. Now, when the contractor did the initial installation, he used the joint sand stabilizer sealer. And at that point in time, it was the hardest installation technique available in our recommendation to him. And you can see on this individual piece of Bel Paso, we've got joint sand stabilized on the side of this paver, but yet here on the installation itself, through frequent maintenance, it's begun to fail. One other thing about sealer application to stabilize joint sand with Bel Paso is the impact that it has on the surface. Sealer application on Bel Paso has an inability to adhere to the surface of it, thereby creating some void space where dirt begins to get entrapped underneath the fractured pieces of the sealer here on the surface, thus this gray tone that you would see here. Anyways, our intent here today is to remove the existing sand, clean this area, and install DrainPlus. Come on around and back. We'll do an installation at a back patio area. Okay, we finished our cleaning process. We removed chewing gum stains. We removed custard stains, food stains. At this point in time, we've also taken out the existing joint sand. All right, we're ready to do an installation at this point in time of DrainPlus. What you're going to need to do this installation are a couple of things. The product that we're going to need is a DrainPlus two-part system, hardener and a catalyst, as well as 50 pounds of a number 20 clean sand. In this instance, this is silica, white silica sand, a number 20 grit, even gradation. At this point in time, we're going to start the mixing process. Some of the equipment that you're going to need on this is a tumbler mixer, and this is important. It's not going to set up and coat the material. The resins will not coat the aggregate and the sands in just a wheelbarrow. You need to tumble the material in a mixer for about 3 minutes or more. We'll start up by pre-wetting our mixer and then pouring in our sand. All I'm doing by pre-wetting is just trying to protect the resins from sticking to the sides of the tumbler. This is 50 pounds again of a clean number 20 silica sand. This is a pool filter sand. Now we're going to pour in the containers of both the catalyst and the hardener. Again, you're going to want to mix this for about 3 minutes. After that, we're going to rinse the containers out. And we're going to pour a little bit of this to liquefy the material, to make it workable into the tight joints of Bel Paso, which are 1/8 inch. What we've got is a dry consistency right now on the material. All right, again, at this point in the process, all we're trying to do is coat the individual pieces of aggregate. The consistency though is still a little bit too solid, and I want to liquefy the material a little bit, so I'll introduce some water into it. Tres minutos. Okay, our time is up. We've mixed it about 3 minutes. We're ready to do the installation. At this point in time, he's going to lift it. We've centered the mixer in an area right into the middle of the installation. So we're going to dump it. You can go into a wheelbarrow if you want to transport it, if you want to establish it. I prefer to see it dumped right into the area that we're going to install. One of the things that I wanted to point out, you can see the fluidity of the material, and it's going to be squeegeed into the joints. One of the advantages I think with DrainPlus over specifically Easy Pro, Easy Pro is a pre-mixed material that water will not impact and make it liquefy it at all. So an epoxy resin joint sand, I think in a tight joint, DrainPlus would be an easier installation to get that material into an 1/8 inch joint. Here. Do a little bit rápido, you know. Okay. See? Clean it up. All right, now that we've got our squeegee process, we've worked the material into the joints properly. We're going to begin the brooming finish. All right, again, you probably have about 15 minutes. I know temperatures today are a little bit on the cooler side. It's about 35 degrees, beginning of December. But the cleaning process, you can see, is done on a 45-degree angle to the joints. And extra material is simply just broomed off. Okay, we finished brooming off. Remember, long-term performance on the material, DrainPlus, it's a winning combination.